of the FIM Motocross World Championship came to Portugal, the MXGP of Portugal, at Écara for the first time since 2013. At the top of the hill was the number 41 of Paul Jonas, but his teammate Prado fell at turn 2. So too did David Herberto on the FNX Racing Kawasaki. Thomas Covington was in second on his Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, while Brian Bogus and Benoit Paturel battled over third and fourth in the early stages of the race. Covington laid down his marker early, but Jonas on the Red Bull KTM on the 41 was doing his best to stay out front. In third was Lieber, Seewer was in fourth, but he was being challenged all the while. Benoit Paturel got into a tussle and was left under his Khmer Yamaha after coming together with Mika de Waal. He was down for a long time, eventually came home in 23rd. What was disappointing was he was the fastest in time training. Covington, though, forced the issue and forced Jonas into a mistake. He took the lead on lap 3 on his Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, and from there, the American never looked back. Julian Lieber was hanging on in third place, but he was being pushed all the way by the HSF Logistics Motorsport KTM of Brian Bogus. He ran into the Belgian, he fell, Bogus went into third, Lieber was down to 6th. All of a sudden then the battle for 4 was Jeremy Seewer and Thomas Kjær-Olsen, but Dane on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna made light work of the Swiss rider, and eventually he came home in 4th place. Despite the close attentions of Seewer on his Suzuki, he would come home in 5th. Ika Larinaga was having a great ride on the number 66 machine. He was always in and around the top 10. There was a great battle down in that position as well between Ben Watson and our Venezuelan visitor for HRC MX2, Anthony Rodriguez. Eventually Watson would win out that battle, coming home in 7th after finding his way eventually past the 127 Rodriguez. He would come home in 8th. Alvin Osland on the Khmer Yamaha would come home 9th, and Henry Jacobi, STC Husqvarna, just off the back of this group, would eventually find his way past Jorge Prado to get himself into 10th. But it was a runaway victory for the 64 of Thomas Covington. Already a 2-time winner in the qualifying race in 2017. He wrapped up the qualifying race here in Portugal with his 3rd win of 2017. Jonas was 2nd, Bogus 3rd, Thomas Kjær-Olsen 4th, and it was Seewer, Lieber, Watson, Rodriguez, Osland, and Jacobi.
Yeah, thanks. Just got off to a good start, you know. Kind of cut it up the inside of the 2 guys in front of me coming into the first turn, and it worked out good. And then after that, I followed Jonas a little bit and saw his lines, and he made a little mistake up there on top of the hill, and I was able to get around him. So, yeah, it was a solid race. Just looking forward to the motos tomorrow.
MXGP qualifying, and over on the right side, Geiser and Febvre bars. They came into turn 1. It was Max Nagel who grabbed a whole shot. Cairoli was right there. So too was Jasikonis, who came out of turn 2 in the lead. Cairoli was in about 4th place at that stage, because in 2nd was Nagel. Van Hoorwijk got himself into 3rd. Geiser was around 5th. De Dijker also made a good start. Up front, though, Jasikonis started to pull clear for Suzuki World MXGP, leaving the rest of the guys to battle. Cairoli at the inside of the tentative Monster Energy Yamaha rider Jeremy Van Hoorwijk, got him into 5th place. Meanwhile, Nagel in 2nd, Geiser 3rd for HRC, Febvre was all of a sudden in 4th, Cairoli 5th, Van Hoorwijk 6th. Then a mistake from Geiser. He ran off track, had a word with our sponsors, went from 3rd to 5th, and that's where the Slovenian would stay. Jasikonis, though, was having the ride of his life. He'd led races for points, 5 in total coming into this qualifying race, but he was starting to get reeled in by the hard-charging number 12 of Max Nagel. Meanwhile, behind him, Roman Febvre's Monster Energy Yamaha was being caught by the Red Bull KTM of Tony Cairoli. The Sicilian eventually found his way through with about 4 laps to go. He then went after Max Nagel and Jasikonis. Meanwhile, Coldenhoff and Gauthier Paulin were fighting overnight. Eventually, though, despite his efforts here, Gauthier Paulin would lose out to the Dutchman, who would come home 9th. Paulin would follow him home in 10th place. This was the gap with about 3 laps to go. Jasikonis, Nagel and Cairoli started to drop Febvre, who was there in 4th place. And then as they entered the final lap, Cairoli was closer than ever. The Red Bull KTM got on the rear wheel of the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, but about a half a lap later, as he mounted a challenge, it was a risky move in the end from Tony Cairoli. He made a mistake in the next right-hander. It was too close to Nagel. They touched, and Cairoli went down. He was lucky to walk away without injury. Nagel would remain in second. Fevre, though, would go through and take third. Cairoli fourth, and Geiser was fifth. But it was a first-time win ever for Jasikonis. He was the first Lithuanian to ever win a qualifying race or a race in MotoGP, full stop. And he will go to the line first for Sunday's race. Nagel, Fevre, Cairoli, Geiser, Herlings, Van Horvik, and Strybos, your top 8.
It's amazing, you know. It was so hard last lap mentally, but I did it, and the start was so much luck as it was so muddy, but so happy. Thanks to my team and everyone, my trainers, everyone who is behind me. They well done. Just thank you very much.